What's up out there in video land? This is Simply D, and you're watching Think About It, because that's what I want you to do. First of all, I'm suffering from some allergies today, so please bear with me. My voice might sound a little off kilter today, but again, please bear with me. I'm trying to suffer through this and trying to make it through it. My allergy season lasts about 6 weeks at this time of year, so my next few videos are going to be sounding a little funny. The first thing I want to speak about, as I usually do in beginning these videos, I told y'all that during the football season I was going to comment on the Eagles. Excuse me. What else is there to say about the Eagles except they really suck, man? The Eagles are horrible. The New York Giants, which are just as bad, they beat us. The thing that's disconcerting to me about the Giants beating us is not so much they beat us, but they're a horrible team. They beat us and they didn't even score a touchdown. That makes me mad, man. You know what I'm saying? You keep a team from scoring a touchdown, which means, again, the same as last week, you had a pretty good defensive game. Your defense was pretty good, but you didn't even score. They didn't score one touchdown, and they still beat us. The one touchdown we scored was on defense. Like I said, basically their special teams, it was actually special teams, and basically their special teams just gave us the ball and said, here, take this in and get a touchdown. There's so many things wrong with the Eagles right now. Michael Vick should not have been in there. He just wasn't healthy. I know I said that Vick was going to play, but if you go back on that video, I said if he's healthy enough, he would play. He clearly was not healthy. His hamstring was still bothering him. Hopefully Nick Foles will be better next week. Be back next week because Matt Barkley he's not ready at all. He's too green. He's just not ready. We got to get something happening, man. Go get another quarterback, before the deadline, whatever, because Barkley's not getting it. Just wanted to make that little comment about the Eagles. They horrible. I'm still an Eagles fan. I'm still hopeful because actually, as bad as we are and as much as we suck, we're still in second place behind Dallas. That's crazy to me. Today, I get a lot of my ideas from talking to people. I didn't really know what I was going to talk about today, but I actually just a couple of minutes before I decided to do this video, I'm going to do something a little lighthearted today. Being as though we're coming into November, which is actually coming into the holiday season, Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year, I want to do something about that. Thanksgiving's coming, and we all know Thanksgiving, great eating holidays. But I love Thanksgiving, but I absolutely love Christmas. It takes me a while to get into the Christmas spirit, but and I just want to do something about some of my Christmas memories. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure I'll do another one of these in December, right before Christmas. But some of my Christmas memories, man, not so much Christmas memories, but memories of my childhood. And some of those were some of the toys I had, man. We had some great toys, man. I'll never forget, and it was just so awesome when I was a kid. Like, there's a lot of younger people who won't be able to relate to this, but man, I had some of the most awesome toys. One of the toys I remember most about my childhood was my Evel Knievel stunt set, man. And guys, it's my age. That's probably 40 and up, but remember this. The Evel Knievel stunt set, man. It was a Evel Knievel doll. He had a motorcycle that you would wind it up and you stop the winding action, and it would race across the floor, and it came with a trailer and a ramp, and he would jump over it, and it was so cool, man. I remember seeing that on TV and just wanting that so bad, and I didn't even ask my mother for it. She must have just knew I wanted it, because I never asked for it, but Christmas Day, it was sitting there, man, and I was having so much fun with it, man, and I was winding it up, and I wound it too hard and broke my toy on Christmas Day. It never worked again from there. I had it for a long time, but it just never worked, so I just basically had it set up in my room, like looking like it was ready to jump something, and it wasn't jumping anything, man. Another toy that I remember that I had a great time with, man, and this was kind of like a toy for two people, hence me and my brother got this toy together was Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Everybody my age remember Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Now, they got a toy out there like that now. It's wireless. You got these two robots punching, but it wasn't Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Not Rock'em Sock'em Robots, man. Rock'em Sock'em Robots. You had to hold the controller and you press the two buttons and you move it around manually to try to just make your opponent's head pop up, man. And that was another toy, but this was on a different Christmas. That was another toy me and my brother got, and my brother broke it on the first day. My brother, he tore everything. That's when my mother started getting us separate toys because he would just break up all our toys, man. Because me and my brother were roughly in the same age range. We was 2 years apart, and he would just break up every toy, man. Up until we got grown, my brother would break up toys, break up my things. But I just remember these toys, man. They bring back real fine memories of my childhood. Like my sister, she had some of the coolest toys. 'Cause we were some of we grew up in the projects, but we were like one of the privileged families in the project, if there is such a thing. My sister had Baby Alive, the little baby doll that you would feed it this food that came in these packages, and she would eat this food, and she would pee and poop in a diaper, and you would change the diaper. And every little girl, when I was coming up, that had that baby tried to feed her real food. You feed her real food, she stopped working. I don't think my sister ever fed her baby Alive real food. My mother always bought the packets. So my sister must have 4 or 5, maybe 6 baby Alives throughout the course of her childhood. Baby Alive. I mean, all girls' toys were just corny. You know what I'm saying? Girls don't have good toys. They never did. They still don't. But there was a brief moment in time when girl toys tried to come to the cool area because Baby Alive was pretty cool. Then they had Walking Baby Alive, and she did all the stuff Baby Alive did, and she walked. And then in my daughter's era, they had Baby Tumbles, and this was this big old head baby that would tumble around. And me and my wife would tease my daughter so much because my daughter had a big head like Baby Tumbles. She still got a big head, but she kind of grew into it. That's just a fine memory for me. Another toy, and this is one of my favorite toys of all times, and I would even play with this toy today, was Tyco racing sets, man. And whatever one they had, the electric racing, awesome, awesome, awesome toy. I remember I had a Tyco, I don't remember exactly what the name of this particular set was, but it was a set where you had this electronic lap register, and your car would go past it and you register laps, and the first one to 100 laps would win. But now the kicker in this game, in this racing set was that you had to stop and refuel your car electronically. Because if you didn't refuel it, you would still go around the track, but your laps wouldn't register. So that was pretty cool. I really dug that, man. That was really cool. Another one of my favorite toys, and this goes back to my early childhood, and I think there's a lot of people who dig this toy, man, and I think y'all know what I'm talking about. Big Wheels. Big Wheels had to be the most awesome thing when that 4, 5, 6, 7 year old age range, man. Big Wheels it was just a toy that was non-comparable. Big Wheels were better than bikes when you were that age, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it didn't take any balance. You know what I mean? You could just ride on. I remember one Christmas, my mother had bought me, my brother, my sister Big Wheels, and my brother and sister, they have a different father from me, and him and his family bought us all Big Wheels, and then my grandmother bought us all Big Wheels. So we had 9 Big Wheels in my house on Christmas Day. My mother was outside trying to give Big Wheels away, which, unfortunately, it was Christmas Day. All her friends had kids in the same age range, and they already all had Big Wheels. So, she could not give those Big Wheels away. I don't know what ever happened with that. But these are just little fond memories of mine. Another toy that I really had fond memories of, and this was more not really a toy, but this was more in my teenage years, this was the original Atari. Man, you talking about, you know what I'm saying, off the chain. The original Atari. And the thing about it is, if you compare it to games 10 years ago, if you compare original Atari to games 15 years ago, Atari was corny compared to games 15, not even the games today, because it has no comparison. It's not even in the same league, you know what I'm saying? That's like a paper airplane to a 747 if you compare it to games today. But Atari, the original Atari 2600, man, when it came out, we talking about like 1983, 84, 85. Man, this was state of the art, man. This was the most awesome thing you ever seen. Because up until that time, we basically only had video games, store of video games. Like you would go to the arcade and you would play video games. But then, so we didn't have anything that home based. But then the Atari 2600 came out, and that just blew your mind. I mean, it just blew you away, man. You know what I'm saying? And Pong, you know, at that time, that was the greatest thing that ever happened. Pong basically was a square ball, and you had like a tennis court on the screen with a line going through it with numbers on either side, just lines for paddles, and a square ball that went back and forth. And as you progress through the game, the ball would go faster. And if you miss, you got a point. If you miss, the other person got a point. It was a pretty. If you look at it now, it's a pretty corny game. It's not pretty. It's a very, very corny game. But at the time it came out, man, that was major. You know what I'm saying? We were like some of the first kids in my neighborhood to get an Atari 2600. And all the other kids in my neighborhood that didn't have them, they came to our house, man, every Friday, Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? We had almost every kid in my neighborhood coming to my house to play Atari 2600. And then they got a little more sophisticated after the second or the third year when they start getting games like Pac-Man and Defender. You know what I'm saying? And it just got bananas after that, man. Pretty much, you know, girls started liking you because you had a Atari. You know what I'm saying? Because that kind of symbolized that you had money, or your family had a couple dollars, because y'all can afford what was then probably a $50 or $60 game. You know, which is, you know, in today's market, that's almost free. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to put that out there. I know it's not very interesting, but I just want to do something a little lighthearted tonight. It's just something that took me back, man. You know what I'm saying? I was talking with some people, and I started telling me, man, it gave me such fine memories. I said, you know, I'm gonna do my video tonight just on some old school games, some old school toys. You know, maybe next time, maybe this will be a 2-part video, because I was actually looking at some old school commercials. You know, so maybe next time we'll do some old school commercials, or somewhere down the line, because I got some old school commercials that I really love. Uh, excuse me. Again, pardon me. My allergies are really bothering me. But that's going to be it. One other thing. Friday, December 27th, that's 2 days after Christmas, Simply D will be doing Freddy's Tavern again. I don't have the complete lineup yet, but I'll be headlining that show. Freddy's Tavern in Bristol, PA, off of Route 13 at the Days Inn. Simply D. And like I said, I don't have the lineup yet, but it's going to be a great show. Come through, get some laughs, you know, after spending all that money for the holidays, doing all that holiday shopping. Come through, get your drink on, and get some holiday laughs, because it's going to be off the chain, exactly like the last one was. So come check me out. I got info posted on that on my events page on Facebook right now. I'm going to post I got some stuff posted on Twitter. So like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and I'm going to get back with y'all. This has been Think About It with Simply D. And please, please think about it, because that's what I want you to do. I'm out. Peace.